Well, hello, folks. It's BG, and we're doing kind of a combination bench update and update on a couple other things. So stick with us. We're going to show you what's going on down here on the bench. And yeah, it's a GI Joe day today. It's also laundry day. So we're doing some pretty good work on this guy here, the Porsche kit, the Can-Am Penske Porsche kit. We're doing that for the small scale group build that we're hosting along with Mr. Sean. Hopefully you guys are joining along. And then we're also got a little bit of a story to tell about this guy right here. So, yeah, I figured out a way to fix the paint on this guy, and I'll show you that. I got another one. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that. I did want to get another one for the stash so that we could do a little better job. You know what I mean? Do a little better job. Maybe customize a little bit. I kind of was, working on this guy here. Got some ideas flowing. The thing that the trunk lid is not actually molded in place. I was like, some ideas there. The possibility of doing it as a convertible. I don't know. There's some cool ideas going on with this guy here, and definitely would want to detail up that engine because, boy howdy, that's basic. So. But yeah, we'll get to that here in just a second. But first, we want to say thank you to all of our subscribers and people that tag along with us. Yes, we haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. You all know the story. We got sick. We went on vacation. We had severe back pain issues. And we're going through physical therapy for that right now, by the way. And then family in town vacationing. So it's been kind of a madhouse here. We are happy to be back at the bench and getting back to work on things because we have the USAC build. We've got the build for my uncle here. We've got the small scale build. March to Space starts March 1st. That's coming up here. Also, Bandai Month. That's coming up March 1st also. We're doing a buddy build with our good friend Papa Dan for that. And there's like 100 other things to talk about. So yeah, it's kind of crazy here, but let's get down to the bench and show you what we got going on down there. All right, so back at the bench here, down here below, we got our body. We've been doing a lot of sanding on it. So much sanding that my fingers have, I think they've been stained pink, which is great because tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and I don't know, kind of goes. We've even been incorporating modified toothbrushes to be doing the sanding, but we've been hitting this with sanding sponges and sanding sticks and files and everything. So I got this all shaved down and smooth. The goal here is to prime this up, and we're going to do that in a gray primer. Well, why? Okay, well, yeah, the car's red. We're going to be doing a red color. We wanted to do a pink primer and all that jazz, but the gray primer, my eye can see that better. It's trained to it because I've been using gray primer for decades. So my eye's kind of trained to the primer. So it's just a really great neutral color to help us see things a lot better. The pink is just a little bit too bright. It's almost like having a white primer on there. Sometimes you can't see things with a white background because it's just all blends and bleeds together. I'm not quite sure how that all works in the eyeball thing, but the gray primer seems to work out pretty well. So once we get that all taken care of, we'll go back and rescribe our lines and redo the trunk lid here. Now, I was sort of thinking about just erasing this line here also, and then just having a nice smooth back to this thing, a nice, because that would just be kind of slick looking, but I don't know, probably get a lot of comments about, hey, where'd your trunk lid go, type of thing. So I thought, well, we'll just prime it and then rescribe the whole thing and then be happy with that. I mean, it's not like I haven't done it before, 32 Ford, but yeah, this looks like it's going to be, we're on track with that, so that's feeling really good. I've been doing a lot of work on this guy, even though I should be working on this little dude, but I'm doing a lot of work on this guy because I'm just really feeling it and just want to like get in there and get her done, type of thing. Yeah, so we've got a lot more sanding to do on the sides here. They've been kind of neglected because I've been working so much on the top here. One thing that we have noticed is, if we can see, where is he at? There he is. Come here. If we can see right through this gap right here, right through there. Yeah, daylight was being seen through there on both sides, right down in there also. Now, it looks like I may have gouged that somehow. I'm not sure, but we ended up stuffing some tulip fabric paint in there. Some of this stuff here. This is the white. I used the black on this, and I set that jar down. I don't know where it got off to, but we smushed that in there from the back side using one of these little things we got at the Lobby of Hobbies. It's a little tiny spoon for either measuring out illicit drugs or cleaning out your ears. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, we put some on the back side of there and just kind of like from the inside just smacked it in place there and then let it cure up. Now the thing is about this stuff is that when it dries, it shrinks like a cold day in the pool. So it shrinks and it draws back out of the crack. So I put it on the back side until it gushed out the front, and I let it dry, and then it kind of pulled back, and now it looks great. So hopefully that's good. I might have to address it a little bit on the outside here, but the next prime session should be able to tell us. One last thing before we move on to the next bit here is we got a lot of advice about how to strip the paint off of this, and it was all excellent advice. We thank you guys so much for the advice. However, because the plastic had been bothered by the paint, and we did find out that we talked to our good friend Tim Baumgard, who's I would consider a master model maker. We didn't shake our Tamiya up enough. He says that Tamiya paint needs to be shaken for at least a minute, not just a quick rattle and go. Okay, and that's what I did. I'm admitting my mistake. I did a quick rattle and go, and I got mostly solvent out of the can. It was a brand new can. I had just taken the wrapper off of it. I did warm it up a little bit in a pan of water so that it had some warmth to it. Water? No, I left it out in the sun. That's what I did. I left it out in the sun until it got warm to the touch, and then went about doing the spray job. So it was funny because Tim told me you need to shake that can for a Japanese minute, not a New York minute. So I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, so that's where we made our biggest mistake, other than rushing the paint job and all that other stuff. But I'm not laying blame on myself for that. Yeah, not shaking that paint can up enough since it was a brand new can. That stuff needed to be shaken for a minute or two, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we got nothing but solvent out, and that went right through the primer and attacked the plastic, gave the plastic a texture, which is why we were sanding everything. We were like, we're going to have to sand it anyways. We might as well just go ahead and sand it as it is and not worry about stripping stuff off. And because this is Tamiya paint, and the only thing that's going to attack that is probably brake fluid. Now, I don't know about you, but Mrs. BG does not like it when I go take the brake fluid out of the car. She kind of does not like that. But I put it back. I always put it back, but she doesn't like it when I take it out. So yeah, so that's where we're at with this little dude right here. Now, speaking of little dudes, we are talking about our small scale group build. And man, look at this. Wow. Okay, we got the engine and transaxle all built up. We've got the intake and the turbo and the exhaust systems all built in place. And then we stuck it inside this cage. No, I can't get it out. Oh me. But I will need to get this out so I can paint it. It's okay. I haven't fully attached, it's obviously not attached to the firewall, so I can spread it apart a little bit. But the engine's going to tab into this slot right here, and we won't show you that on YouTube because we might get demonetized for that action right there. But we wanted to glue this all up with the engine in place so that we knew how our dimensions were, because you see how it's got that weird looking kick out right there that goes around the rear tires. So we wanted to make sure we had that all into good shape here. But boy, howdy, that's a lot going on right there, right? I'm looking forward to getting some paint on those so we can get some detail painting going, because I mean, it's got turbo stuff. We want to do some heat staining and some and there's even a little pop-off valve here I want to do, probably in a metallic blue. So yeah, I got lots of fun things going on there. We've just been sanding on this guy here, taking off the little nubbins, and I'm going to have to go in here and take this out, but I wanted to show it first on camera. Look at that. Matchbox Lesney Products and Company Limited, circa 1975. It's a classic, y'all. It's a classic. So there we go. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and sign off, and we'll talk to y'all a little bit later on. Bye.